All right, so good evening. This is Nikki in Japan. Today we're gonna have the COVID-19 Chronicles. So I'm interviewing one Filipino in Japan. All right, so maybe to begin with, if you're comfortable sharing your name, you may share your name. If you're not, it's fine. Basically, I want to know your age. If you're comfortable sharing your age, you may. If not, it's okay. You can also skip that. And then I want you to share like a very short introduction about yourself, like your background and what you do now.
Okay, understood. Can I now?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, my name is PJ. I just call myself PJ, and I'm 29 years old. Yeah, as Nick mentioned, I'm a Filipino working here in Japan as an ALT. As
So
an ALT, actually.
yeah, for our viewers who don't know what an ALT is, what is an ALT?
ALT stands for Assistant Language Teacher. We usually teach in public schools. And what else do I have? Yeah, I'm just in here in Miyagi Prefecture. I live actually in the province, right? I live actually in the province, not in the city. So that's a good thing to take note of.
Okay, why? Just for our viewers, why is it better to live? Why do you think is it better to live in the countryside than in the city? Have you experienced living in both areas in the past or right now?
Actually, yes. I'm pretty sure it's a different topic
Just a very short preview.
Okay. I lived in Utsunomiya, Tochigi. It's really busy. It is a busy place. Okay, it is a busy place now, and there's a lot of foreigners in there. Vietnamese, Indians, us Filipinos too. There's a lot of foreigners in there. One point is the discrimination is prevalent in cities. Actually, I am not sure why. I just have a few clues or or a guess, right? Just a few guess why the discrimination is prevalent in cities. I think because, well, there are some foreigners who's not abiding to the rules. We need to take note that Japan has a lot of rules.
They have a lot of rules.
Has a lot of rules. They have a lot of rules, and some foreigners are not abiding to those kind of rules. And for example, a friend of mine, a Turkish, he was trying to apply for his own apartment, right? And I think he checked 3 to 4 real estates. They call it here fudosans. Those 3 or 4 fudosans rejected him because he is
a foreigner.
He's foreigner. Yeah, he's a foreigner right away. And the only one who actually accommodated his application is another foreigner, actually. A foreigner that has been naturalized here in Japan. Right. So that's one part, living in the city. That's an experience from a close friend. Now, in contrast with me here, there's 3 of us who actually, another ALTs in here. We tried to move to a bigger apartment, and right away we got it. That's it.
Okay.
And it's just one real estate.
One agency.
All of 3 of us were approved, and like I said, my apartment right now is bigger than the past. So that's one note.
That's why you prefer living in the countryside.
Yes.
Right, so currently, you're enjoying your stay at the countryside as an ALT.
Yeah. Actually, the only one who's noisy around here are us, foreigners too.
It must be fun.
I frequently reported by my neighbor upstairs. I'm sorry,
Tough.
I'm sorry, but that's us. We're
Right.
noisy, anyways.
Okay. All
Okay,
right.
that's
thank
one
you
point,
for
right?
the short backgrounder. So Paul PJ here is an ALT is an ALT in Japan, in Miyagi Prefecture, and he prefers living in the countryside rather than the city. So now, regarding like going to my COVID-19 Chronicles, what was your experience before the pandemic broke loose?
Pretty normal, I was just focusing on my job. I actually before COVID, I worked in a factory,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a hard work. Really, it was the first time for me to do that kind of job.
So was it physically demanding job?
Yeah, actually, yeah. And it was really stressful for me because
Right.
I think I'm not adept with physical labor.
Right.
That's what I proved to myself, unfortunately. Anyways,
Yeah.
And that time, I'm pretty sure it was around March or February.
Last year?
Last year, yes, last year.
Mm-hmm.
Was it? Yes, last year. Uh, Around February that time, up until March, the jobs coming into that factory went down. I mean, what you call this? No more works coming in. So that's a problem with us. So there's no work coming in. There's no money for us.
Right.
We're actually laid off for a couple of days, and then the worst things happened. I was let go of the company.
Ooh. Okay, so you were laid off by the company.
Yeah, I was a newcomer by then. Back then, I was just starting for 5 months, 4 months, so I was relatively new. I'm relatively new, so well, it's a logical move for the company. Actually, I'm just new in there. I'm just starting to learn the ropes, say, of the work. And that's the reason why I was let go. Now, fortunately for me, and unfortunately for the Gaijins or the foreigners, that back then the Japan closed its borders for anyone. I think also Japanese nationals were not allowed to went back. I forgot. But I'm pretty sure back then the foreigners from US, from Western, right, the Western countries were not able to come here in Japan for work also. So what I did, the COVID cases were prevalent. What I did is try to search for a new job, and I tried to search for my current job right now, which is ALT. And you were back then, right?
Yeah.
You were back then. Anyways, so good thing, I think what I was right, to make the story short, I was hired by the company that usually, I think the process just took around 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks, and that's it. We're almost all Filipinos here as working as an ALT. Now, I moved here technically around March. March, April, May, January, February, March, April. I think around April, end week of April, I moved here, and I was what you call this? I was waiting for the company to actually introduce me to the schools, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's where
Mm-hmm.
our steps is right now. Back
Mm-hmm.
then, um, and then what happened is my supervisor
Mm.
called in and he said, "Hey, I know you're in your place right now.
Mm.
Actually, my apartment was not still available back then, so
Mm.
I stayed in the hotel for a couple of days, and
Mm.
I know you're there already. You're in the hotel now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sad. Sorry to say, but right now you guys are work from home.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure it was 22nd of I kind of forgot. So let's just say it's a weekday. It was a weekday. I think it was Monday back then,
Uh-huh.
and supposedly the schools are open,
Open,
right?
but because of the pandemic, most of the schools
But
are
because of the
closed.
pandemic, and again, my supervisor mentioned that, you guys are work from home right now,
Uh-huh.
and you can just stay at home and do work,
Right, right. So basically,
do work. I mean,
when you
yeah,
move
yeah,
to Miyagi, this is the time when the pandemic was on, like, on loose, basically, and most of the jobs were shifted online.
yeah,
So even though you were on your transition, right,
yeah.
from Tochigi to Miyagi, you had to work online.
Mhm. Yeah. Actually, you missed some parts in there. We did not do online works, right?
Oh, okay.
Work from home. What or again, I'm new at my job, so I really
Right.
don't know what kind of work
Yeah.
that I'll have to do. And
Mm-hmm.
I was waiting. Yeah, I was expecting actually online classes, right? I was
But
expecting that,
yeah.
but my supervisor said, no, you just have to study how to do things
Oh, okay. So basically, it's
online.
like personal
Yeah,
development. Okay, that's interesting.
yeah.
All right.
Oh,
So
uh,
ongoing COVID-19. How long was it like that in that kind of situation?
I think it lasted around 2 weeks.
Okay, so it
I
wasn't
think
that
2 weeks.
long.
Yeah,
And then eventually,
yeah.
did you have to like attend your classes face to face?
Yes, yes,
All
yes.
right.
Actually,
How worried were you
uh,
when you have to attend your classes face to face? Because the virus is kind of highly, right, contagious. So how worried
um,
were you?
uh, I'm not sure if I'm a kind of guy who doesn't really care or just
Mm-hmm.
stupidly care, no care at all. But
Right. But so far, when you were like doing your shifts in school, you didn't exhibit any kind of like sickness or whatever related to the COVID symptoms.
not really, not
Not really.
really.
Okay, so lucky for you, lucky for you. But in your schools, like in the schools that you have attended, were there instances that the schools had to close down because of a COVID, I don't know, situation from any of the students or
yes, yes.
families of the students? How often was this?
All right. Yes. There are just some of my schools actually close for a day for days or even weeks.
Okay, for days or
Because of
weeks.
yeah
Okay, so like
for because there's a
currently you're like in the middle of the school year, if I'm not
mhm,
mistaken, right? Like
yeah
the fiscal year in Japan is from April to March. So like you're in the middle of the fiscal year, in
uh,
the middle of the school year. So for the duration that you were teaching at public schools, you've experienced times when the schools had to close down because of COVID cases, basically from the kids or families of the kids.
yeah, yes,
Did you
actually
notice
yes,
any
that's happened.
seasonality? Like, was it more often during summer or is it more often now during like the cold season?
I'm pretty sure I was observing frequency of the cases, right? Here, of course, here in our place and all throughout Japan, what I have noticed is that well, I'm no expert, all right, but what I've noticed is more cases were recorded between let's call it. This is with the first with the schools, right? First with the schools. The time that they will have a COVID case is the time when there's a long vacation.
Right. I think that's understandable. I mean, I think that's kind of intuitive because during long weekends or during long vacation time, families would get together and given
go outside,
hang out, chill, whatever. Yeah, that's understandable. Okay, so I think that's a very intuitive observation, though. Now, we're still in the COVID pandemic, but moving forward, like in the future, what are your plans?
Plans.
Like short-term plans.
Short-term plans. For me, it's just to be informed, really. For me, that's the first step actually is to be informed. That's what I did actually. When the COVID cases were prevalent, I kind of memorized or even just familiarized the symptoms, what to look out for and what I have to do. Right. Wash my hands, always wear a mask and stuff. And I think that for a short term, for me, it's just to be informed.
Right. So it's you really value like the current status, the status of people around you, the place where you are, basically. All right.
Yes.
That's understandable, though.
Yeah. And other than that,
you're a blank slate.
Again, I don't know. I'm not sure. There's some situations that I really can't go home, even the COVID
even with or without COVID. All right. Okay. So that's understandable.
But, for me, for now, I mean, of course, I moved here in Japan to have fun.
Yeah.
Have fun. So,
so I hope in the future, all of us can have fun, like a more meaningful and productive life.
Again, I think step 2 is, step out of the limelight of Japan, if my expression is right, to go out. I mean, to go out more.
Okay.
Right? To really experience Japan. I mean, for me, I live here for 3 years, and I think I still haven't really explored.
I mean, and during the time that you stayed, more than half the time was during the pandemic. So that's understandable that you would want to explore the area, you would want to explore the country and learn more about the culture.
I want to steal back my life, my 1.5 year life.
That's true. It's like COVID stole like most people's lives, right? And most people were like stuck home doing online jobs and things like that. So I think that wraps up my interview for today. Thank you for your time. I'm so happy that I was able to interview an ALT who is now living in the countryside and enjoying it. And moving forward, I know I also share your sentiment. I also wanted to explore this country more. All right. That's all for today. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.